1,000-layer French fries. Potato stacks have gone viral since TikTok, and I don't know if I could take credit for that, but I definitely did have many viral videos from it. I've done them so many times, but I've never done them quite like this with my most favorite condiment. Stay tuned for that. For this project, you're gonna need a russet potato. Not a red potato, not a gold potato, no Yukon potatoes, a russet Idaho potato. I don't even know if it has to be from Idaho. I think I've seen these growing in Washington. But anyways, this is the only one that really works for French fries or anything fried, really. I've even heard of people in London shipping these guys just so they can make really good French fries. So we're fortunate enough to have these at all our stores here in the US. Number one thing that I'm going to teach you in this video is you need this. I'm not gonna lie to you to make a good video. I'm not gonna lie to you and say like, oh, you could probably do this with your knife, but you can't. You need one of these. I can't even do it with my knife. I know I don't have like the best knife skills, but I have been doing it for quite a while where I should be able to. Anyways, I can't. Mandolin. This is gonna make this possible because we need to get really thin, uniform slices. This one's called a Ben Reiner. You might see every chef rocking a Ben Reiner. They're just reliable. I love Ben Reiners. Now, if you might have seen my French fry videos in the past, I have said to fill a container with water and drop your potatoes in there so they don't oxidize and get all brown and ugly before you have a chance to fry them. This scenario, I can't do that. I want to keep the starch and I need to squish them together so they stick together, and so we can't just drop it in water. The only way that I can prep these ahead of time is if I par fry them or blanch them in oil. There we go. That's what I want, where I can kind of see my finger through it. This is about, I'd say, credit card thickness. If your credit isn't that good, that's the thickness, I'd say. Tape, masking tape, your best friend when working with one of these. This is what will hold it together. And I know I just went on and on about how these are so great, but everything has its flaws, okay? We're not all perfect, so let's not start hating on the mandolin here. This will keep this part from slowly loosening up and changing your thickness. This is something I picked up from Chef Nate back in the day, one of my old chefs, and it's a great tool. So it'll keep your whole ratio going. What do we call it? Consistency, that's the word I'm thinking for. Consistency. After multiple tests and plenty of fucking around, I've made tons of these, right? But I've never done it with this fry shape. It's very delicate. It worked out the first time when I did it low and slow, and then of course I'm gonna have to refry them to get them crispy. But I found out that if I just give them a little dusting with starch, potato starch, corn starch, whatever kind of starch, it will hold together way easier. I just dropped them in there. Like I just dropped them in there, no being gentle or anything, and they're holding up. So I think this is the move, potato starch, just a little dusting. Okay, now that I figured this out, I also want it to taste good, okay? So I'm gonna do a little dusting. This is flour, and then I'm gonna do cornstarch. I'm gonna do about 3 to 4 ratio. And you know those Arby's French fries? If you don't know Arby's French fries, then you live under a rock. They're those Arby's curly fries, and they have like that orange outer coating. That's what I'm gonna kind of go for here. So basically, chicken fried French fries is what we're going for here. We got the onion, the garlic, the cayenne pepper, black pepper, mixy, mixy, mix. And basically what I've got going here is like a chicken fry dredge minus some parts. Not only will this help these potato stack fries stick together, but it's also gonna taste pretty fucking good. I'm pressing it down firmly, by the way. I didn't mention that prior, but you wanna press it down firmly so all those layers sort of stick together, and then we just cut. I wanna just keep the skins on and all. I want these to look real, you know? It's a French fry. Like, it should be fun. It should have ridges. It should have textures going on. They don't need to look perfect, right? Okay, so it definitely needs the flour, I realize, so it can lighten up that starch. Oh man, I'm excited about this. This is gonna be a nice French fry. Okay, now that I've got that handled, let me talk about fat real quick. No, not you. You're not fat. You're beautiful, just the way you are. I'm talking about the oil. I talked about using avocado oil in my last video for frying, but for this, I want to do it up. I'm using beef tallow. I could show you in another video how to make your own beef tallow. Just keep in mind, it's going to take a lot of beef. But beef tallow is kind of expensive, but it's worth it. And you can filter your oil. I've shown you many times how to filter your oil, and you can keep using it. It also has a high smoke point. It's somewhere between like 450, 500 smoke point. It's kind of ridiculous. It's a good smoke point. So you can reuse this oil for quite a bit if you take care of it and you keep straining it. Now, just like any other French fry, I am just gonna blanch them in my oil. This oil is around 300 degrees Fahrenheit. As you can see, they're not like fully there. I'm blanching them, then putting them onto a sheet tray, and we're gonna let them cool off before the final fry. Ha, no pun intended. Oh man, this smells really good with the beef fat, by the way. But look, take a closer look. That's what it looks like. You could barely even tell it's coated, but oh man, that looks like a really nice fucking fry. Just like any other fry, you can also refrigerate these guys, get in the fucking fridge, and you can save them for basically a week and fire them off whenever you want. And then just hold them in the fridge. And let's take you out so we can make the rest of this video. You're about to learn the best condiment ever today, my friend. Now, if you still put ketchup on your French fries, I mean, that's okay, do what you want, but I think that's a childish move. I'm gonna show you my favorite condiment right now. Hint, hint. I've already shown you guys before on the fried rice video. If you haven't checked that out, go check it out. This is some kimchi that I made a couple videos back. It's called kimchi ketchup. Are you catching on now? It's got a really good spice to it. It's got a good funkiness to it. And to me, it is like one of the best damn condiments you can have. It is so damn delicious. It's even really delicious on some rice with an egg. So good. About 350 Fahrenheit to fry these guys off, just like any other French fry. Just look at these layers. Admire them. So many layers in that.